What happens when the things we've been taught, our beliefs, crash headlong into irrefutable experiences? I've incurred just this cataclysm several times in my life, and every single time my awareness shifted and new consciousness was born within me. Today I'm going to tell you about 3 such events and the role they played in my conscious evolution. Belief number 1, I was taught the intrinsic worth of a young unmarried woman is inextricable from her sexual chastity. I learned this explicitly via diatribes from each of my formerly Catholic parents. This shaped my personality and identity. I held my promiscuous, even faithfully monogamous, yet sexually active peers in contempt. I knew I was better than them on the grounds of my sexual purity. Then my high school boyfriend raped me, and because I couldn't physically prevent it, and because I held romantic feelings toward him, I felt complicit. I became sexually active with him thereafter because I did not have the courage to break up with him, and my beliefs were forever changed by this. I realized the demand to remain chaste was not an easy one to meet. I saw that sex could happen to girls with or without consent, and while I battled shame for years because of my personal sexual experiences, I no longer judged other young women for their sexual activity. My experience could not sustain my beliefs, and so my beliefs had to change. Belief number 2, I was taught only people who profess faith in Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior get to go to heaven when they die. This was a belief that I was directly taught by various Christian denominations over the course of my life. It shaped me as I felt morally obligated not only to share my faith, but to force it onto others and insist on their conversion. This belief was rightly challenged when I engaged the work of my very first psychotherapist. She was Hindu, and she helped me far more in my life than any Christian counselor or leader or mentor ever had. She modeled unconditional love. Through my relationship with her, I realized this former belief caused me to withhold love and mercy from the other. It also insisted that God would do the same. Over something as petty as belief, which is mutable, it is here today and gone tomorrow. A truly loving and all-powerful God would never be so trivial. The third belief I absorbed through explicit instruction has to do with wokeness. Online activism communities taught me the hierarchies of social identities, and honestly, of all the dogma and all the indoctrination I'd experienced until then, this was the most militant and severe, lacking any glimpse of mercy. And here is how it shaped me. I denied and repressed my convictions, my autonomous ideas and insight in favor of the prevailing goals of the group. I participated in cancel campaigns, and I held those with different views in contempt. In the end, I got canceled. I was labeled a racist for standing up to an online instigator who led a cancel campaign against a nonprofit and an activist over false accusations that were leveled against them. Seeing that there was not sufficient evidence to support the aggressive movement against the accused, I spoke in their defense, and the accusers came for me. As with the prior 2 experiences, this one changed me. I began to question every single hostile online initiative, and I began to empathize with all who'd been canceled before me. And then I had this vision. I saw a small remote-controlled drone labeled Noble Cause. Anyone could drive a drone like this, but the person who picked up this one's remote control was none other than Skeletor. And he was tramping upon a field of poppies. Some were infected by some bacteria, while the others were fine. Skeletor kept shouting at the poppies to look at the drone and follow the noble cause. Meanwhile, he traipsed upon them all carelessly. I saw that we, the people, on all sides of the political spectrum, are the poppies. Those with bacteria are the people carrying their own deeply set traumas. Those without bacteria are people who are as of yet unstung by the pain of life. This Skeletor makes his way across the field, smashing poppies. The bacteria spreads, and very few flowers remain unscathed. Skeletor is the government, the powers that be, the people in charge behind the scenes. They don't care about the puppies, but they use this drone, this noble cause, to create dissension among us, so we cannot see who they really are, which is right in front of us, exposed. They're Skeletor. They are Skeletor. And so it is that I became more discerning, more interested in individualism in particular situations, in contrast to the prevailing social narratives which shape our perception of events, preventing true understanding of nuance and dissemination of grace on all sides. This is what led to this last comprehensive awakening. It opened my heart to the other, which allowed me to listen to various perspectives without skepticism, and in the end, it led me to meditate and reach out to the source of all creation with a simple question: who am I and where am I from? The answer came to me in a vision that surprised me. In that moment, my third eye opened. This being an authentic experience, irrefutable. It doesn't matter how any other self-limiting human perceives me. I am forever changed. And to deny my own experience is to rob myself of conscious evolution. This is my message to all of you. Let go of indoctrinated beliefs. Allow yourself to view your experience and the experiences of others with an open mind. This one little action, opening your mind, sets the path for conscious evolution. And with conscious evolution comes light and love and hope.